Is Apple really changing everything except the iPhone name? It sounds like a big shift is coming at Apple's Worldwide Developers Conference this year, and while their software is getting a major rebrand, the iPhone 17 may not follow the same path. Let's break down what's changing, what's staying the same, and why Apple isn't ready to call the next iPhone. The iPhone 26. Every year, Apple makes headlines during its Worldwide Developers Conference, usually held in June. And this time, something different is expected. According to well-known industry insider Mark Gurman, Apple plans to rename its operating systems starting this year. That means iOS, macOS, iPadOS, and visionOS will begin to use numbers based on the year they release, similar to how car companies name their new models. So for example, instead of iOS 18, we might see iOS 25 for 2025, the right. Idea behind this is partly marketing. Numbering software after the year makes it sound more futuristic and new, even if the actual update isn't very big. It also gives Apple a bit more room to push out smaller changes without people feeling disappointed. But here's the twist. This change won't apply to the iPhone 17. That's right. While Apple might call its new iPhone software something, like iOS 25, the phone itself will still be called the iPhone 17, not the iPhone 26. Now you might be wondering, why not just match the names? Samsung did that back in 2020 when it skipped from the Galaxy S10 straight to the Galaxy S20 to match the year. So what's stopping Apple? According to Gurman, there are a couple of big reasons. First, Apple knows how attached people are to the iPhone's naming. It's simple, it's familiar, and changing it now could confuse or even annoy a lot of customers. Second, tying the phone name to a specific year might not be a good idea in the long run. Imagine you're buying an iPhone 23 in 2026. Just hearing the name would make it sound old, even if the phone itself is still really good. Apple doesn't want that kind of thinking to hurt sales. It's all about perception. This move also helps Apple separate its hardware and software updates more clearly. By making the software feel fresh and futuristic, Apple can create excitement, even if the iPhone itself doesn't get a huge change. And speaking of changes, we do know a few things about the upcoming iPhone 17 series. Most models are expected to come with 12 GB of RAM, except maybe the base version. That's a nice boost for performance and multitasking. Design changes are also likely, though details are still under wraps. But what's even more interesting is that Apple's new software might look and feel a lot more like visionOS, the operating system built for the Apple Vision Pro headset. Is Google about to shake things up with the Pixel 10? It's looking that way. For years, Google released its Pixel phones in October, but that timing didn't work out well. Why? Because Apple always drops its new iPhones in September. By the time Google revealed the latest Pixel, many users had already picked up a new iPhone. So last year, Google changed the plan and released the Pixel 9 in August, just before Apple's big reveal. Now it looks like Google is getting ready to move, even faster. Some fans in the UK who are part of the Pixel Superfans group just received a special invitation from Google. It's called the Pixel Penthouse event, and it's happening in London on June 27th. This event is being called an exclusive pre-launch experience for 2025, and it's a big hint that the Pixel 10 might arrive earlier than expected. The ETC Bomb event will last 90 minutes and only 25 lucky fans will be allowed to attend. They'll get a hands-on look at pre-release Pixel devices, discover new features, and walk away with some Pixel-themed goodies. To decide who gets to attend, Google has asked some personal questions to the selected superfans. These include things like, what's your favorite Pixel feature and why? What does being a Pixel superfan mean to you? And, is there anything we can do to make your Pixel upgrade more special? Fans need to answer these questions and submit their responses. The winners will be announced on June 11th. But the event isn't just about fan appreciation. The timing lines up perfectly with another major launch, Android 16. The latest version of Android is expected to be released in early June, and Google typically likes to launch new Pixel phones with a fresh Android update. This makes it very likely that we could see the Pixel 10 series launch in late June or early July, much earlier than in previous years. And there's more to get excited about. The Pixel 10 is expected to run on a brand new Tensor G5 chip. What's different about this one? It's the first Tensor chip made by TSMC, not Samsung Foundry. That's a big deal because all previous Tensor processors were based on Samsung's Exynos design, which came with some limitations. But now, Google has designed the G5 from scratch, allowing them to tailor the chip exactly the way they want. This opens up the door for new features and better performance, especially since the chip will be built on TSMC's second-generation 3nm process known as N3E. This switch to TSMC could be a game-changer. TSMC is widely seen as the industry leader in chip manufacturing, with customers like Apple and AMD relying on their advanced technology. With the Tensor G5, Google could finally offer a processor that truly competes with the best chips in the market, while also unlocking more exclusive software experiences for Pixel users. If you're in the United States and want to be part of the Pixel Superfan program, you can still sign up. Huawei has just launched the standard Nova 14, and it's already available for purchase in China. The phone officially went on sale on May 30th and is listed on Huawei's online Via Mall store. What's exciting is that this first sale comes with a decent discount, making the Nova 14 a more appealing choice for those looking for a solid mid-range device. The Huawei Nova 14 comes in two screen versions, one with a regular display and the other with Kunlun glass, known for better durability. You also get to choose between two storage options, 256GB and 512GB, and there are three color options, ice crystal blue, frost white, and black. So, whether you want more storage or a tougher display, there's something for everyone. As for the pricing, Huawei has kept things competitive. The 256GB version is priced at 2,699 yuan, but after a Chinese subsidy, it drops to 2,251.65 yuan. The 512GB model is 2,999 yuan, with a final subsidized price of 2,506.65 yuan. If you go for the top variant, 512GB with Kunlun glass, you'll pay 3,099 yuan or 2,676.65 yuan after the discount. These prices make the Nova 14 quite an attractive option, especially for buyers who want a feature-packed phone without paying flagship prices. Now let's talk about the features. The Nova 14 comes with a 6.7-inch OLED screen, which offers a 120Hz refresh rate, making scrolling and animations look very smooth. It also has 20W 160Hz high-frequency PWM dimming, which helps reduce eye strain, and a 300Hz touch sampling rate for quick and responsive touch input. The display supports over 1 billion colors, offers P3 wide color gamut, and can reach up to 1100 nits of brightness, which means you'll get vibrant visuals even in bright outdoor settings. Under the hood, the phone is powered by the Kirin 8000 processor. This chip may not be top tier, but it should offer solid performance for daily use and casual gaming. The Nova 14 runs on Harmony OS 5.0, Huawei's own operating system, which brings a range of smart features like Magic Image Shift, Portrait Retouch, mood-based text themes, and a personal assistant called Celia that can be accessed through the Smart Control key. You also get Touch Share for quick file transfers and some new calling features to improve your overall experience. Camera-wise, the Nova 14 is well equipped. On the back, it has a triple camera setup. There's a 50-megapixel RYYB main camera, an 8-megapixel ultra-wide camera, and a 12-megapixel RYYB telephoto lens with 3x optical zoom. The RYYB sensors are known for better light sensitivity, which means clearer photos even in low-light conditions.